Now let's take a look at the different parts of the guitar. We're going to start with the acoustic here, and then we'll move on. I'll show you the different parts of an electric guitar. Now both are split into two parts primarily. You have the body, which is this piece, and then you have the neck. This part of the neck is called the head, and the head, so you have head, neck, body, much like a human. On the head, you see these little shiny metal things. These are called tuning pegs. And tuning pegs, if you twist them, they add to or release the tension on the string. And so here's what it sounds like. And what I did was I just released the tension, and you heard the pitch go down. And when I add to tension by tightening it, you hear the pitch go up. So when you put new strings on a guitar, it's going to be completely out of tune. And these tuning pegs are how you get the guitar in proper tuning. As the strings leave the head, the first thing that they come across is called the nut. So this piece, anytime you hear somebody talking about the nut on a guitar, it's this piece. And the nut is the beginning of the fretboard. The fretboard is this piece of wood that sits on top of the neck, and these little vertical strips going down the fretboard, these little shiny strips, so those are called frets. So those are the frets on the guitar. Now you'll notice if I hit an open string, and by open string I mean I didn't use my left hand at all, I didn't push anything down, and then I put my finger just before one of these frets, the first fret, you'll notice that the pitch goes up a little bit, and you can hear it continue to go up the farther up the neck I go. And what's happening is I'm actually shortening the distance between where I'm pushing and here. So I'm making the string, in essence, I'm making it smaller and smaller. So if you think of the nut as your finger pushing it for you on this sort of 0 fret, there I'm kind of replacing the nut by pushing down. So think of it as moving the nut up a little bit. I'm just shortening the string. So that's how mechanically how it works. Then we have the body, which is this piece here. You'll notice the big hole in the middle on an acoustic guitar. That's called the sound hole. So when you strum a chord or make any notes on a guitar, the strings vibrate and the sound goes into the body, reverberates, and comes out the sound hole. There's different types of acoustic guitar bodies. There's the big dreadnought style. There's the little parlor style. They just give you different tones. But what's nice about an acoustic is there's no need for an amplifier. It's just the sound is just coming right out of the sound hole. It's natural. This piece here is called the pickguard, and what the pickguard does is that when you're strumming your guitar, oftentimes your pick will leave the strings and it'll click against the body. And if you do that over years, you'll end up kind of wearing a spot on your guitar. If you want a good example of someone that could have used a pickguard, do a Google search for Willie Nelson's guitar, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This piece here is called the bridge. So the bridge is where your strings attach to the body. Acoustic guitars have two different ways that the strings attach usually. There's this method, which is the most common, I would say, which is where you have these little pegs that kind of fall in. So you can take a pair of needle nose pliers and you grab onto one of these and you pop it out. And so that's how you get the strings out. So when you put new strings on, you pop these pegs out, you put the string in. The string has a little ball on the end of it. You put the string in the hole, push the peg in, and that's what holds it into place. The other method is on a nylon string or a classical guitar. You'll often tie off the string to the bridge. So that's it. Those are the different parts. Oh, there's one other part on an acoustic that you might see. There's some acoustics have a pickup in them, so they're electric. You can plug them in. That's pretty common. And a lot of times right here there'll be a little control panel that will have a little graphic equalizer and a volume control and that kind of thing. This guitar didn't natively come with any kind of pickup or electronics, but I added one. So if you have an acoustic guitar and you want to add a pickup, it's pretty easy to do, fairly inexpensive. This is a Fishman pickup. It just mounts right here in the sound hole. And on the inside, there's a cable that runs around and comes out on the back down here where your guitar strap attaches. So it's just a little 1/4-inch jack. You plug your 1/4 inch right in there. So that's the acoustic. Now let's take a look at the electric.